Hello, you lovelies, and welcome to the 5-year anniversary special of Coycast. We are somehow half a decade into talking about everything and nothing at once. I hope you're doing as well as we are. Our baby is now in school, 5 years old. That's so crazy. I am Coy Jandro, a pop culture pundit known for comics that also loves many other things. And I am joined, as ever, putting the cast in Coycast by the great, the one and only Jake Lloyd Bacon. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Happy 5 years.
Happy 5 years.
Cheers.
This is so, it feels special.
Cheers to 5 years. Clank.
Like our 1 year felt special, but it was under duress.
Look, we're already off to a great start. Mute that. I just realized you have the feed on.
I was handed a laptop.
And it's we're playing ourselves in the background on a 3-minute delay because we are professionals
Is
after
that
5
not
years.
how one is supposed to learn? By mistakes? But 1 year felt good, but it felt under duress because we started this pod in February / March of 2020. Things were not great. February, March 2021. This actually feels celebratory.
This does feel like it feels like an actual milestone.
Yeah.
But simultaneously like one that I did not see coming.
Yeah, most pods don't last a year, much less 5.
Well, also, but I just feel like even 2 months ago, it was just like, yeah, we were just doing
episodes.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like, oh, there's a milestone.
It did today.
Right.
Like today waking up today, it had import.
Crap. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, it's almost like we probably should have thought about that more than
before the today.
More than today.
You know, it's midday, PST. We could have had a little pre-thought.
You know, I know that it's already taken, but I do feel like a good subtitle for the program might be maximum effort.
I do feel like that is our subtext, both narratively and subject matter. I'm in.
Yeah.
Coycast, parentheses, maximum effort.
Speaking of maximum effort,
good thing there's nothing litigious going on with Ryan Reynolds at the moment.
Really quickly, before we go anywhere, we must acknowledge those who have put in the maximum effort. Joining us live via the exclusive patron-only live stream. If you enjoy these in your pod player every other week, and you think, hey, I'd like to yell at them in real time about their horrible opinions. Well,
boy, can you?
You can do that over at patreon.com/Coycast. You don't need to be a patron to get access, or let me say, you don't need to be a paid patron to get access to the live stream. It's available to every member, and there is a way to join for no money.
And we'd like you to be a patron because it is the only way we make money.
Right off of the bat, I want to start this just by saying, I think my favorite thing about this, the fact that we're at 5 years is that I'm seeing all these names in the chat, and
we've known for half
many
a decade.
people that we've never met.
No,
but they are like familiar friends.
Seeing Darth Vadad hold a comic of my face was so layered in its like emotion to me because I've heard Darth Vadad for half a decade, and I've seen the occasional photo, but not half a decade worth of photos. So anytime there's a picture of him, it is like a cameo.
Is it the first photo of you two together?
It's by far, and it's such a moment to see what we pair like. But Douglas McKenney, legend of the pod. I think I've talked to more than like some friends I've had for years in regular life because like we actually associate. Right. So to see him with a photo of my comic book, like he's already a cameo, but that felt so like momentous.
Yeah, there is something too about the fact that we have a hotline.
Yeah,
and that is that I think Darth Vadad has called us more times than members of my family have called
110%. I've heard his voice more recently and more frequently than many people.
Any member of my family.
Related.
And I'm going to put him at the top of literally all of them.
I talk to my mom every day. Okay, but you met my family. Yes. We're very close.
Yeah, you're all very codependent.
Oh, 100%. We grew up in a mountain. We've talked about this. That's how we met, kind of. That's how we re-met, which actually will come up later. We had a great idea from the great Duggar that I think we should lean into before we get to hotline calls. I definitely love the idea of hotline calls incorporating into the show. You guys are the co-hosts, so today's going to be very hotline centric.
We got a lot,
but I do. Do you have the Discord at the ready or handleable?
I can make these things happen
because I do want to read verbatim what Duggar had to say because I do think that's fun.
You're going to make me have to go.
It's a fun opening prompt. But my phone actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to bring up. No, it's okay. I'm going to bring up the two people in the room. It is the 5-year anniversary, and I want to give some love to. I'm currently Coy Jandro, sitting with 3 of my favorite people. I'm obviously with Jake, who I'm here with in his
number
home
one in the list.
Whenever I'm here,
number one at the list, top of the list.
I'm gonna
number one. First,
pivot to one of
named me first. Let it be known.
And I'm going to save the best for last because of that presumption.
Nope, can't take it back. Nope.
And then one of my best friends / person who is helping social media be tolerable for me, Jasmine Pagemore. Jasmine is here, and I will have them cameo. Actually, hold on. While we're doing this and you're looking through Discord, can we activate this?
Yeah, it's alive.
Okay, Jasmine.
I believe
cameoing.
It's just alive.
My friend Jasmine, who I plug all the time talking about, and many people won't know, but you gotta appear. Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't want this.
Oh, there it is.
I did not give my consent for this. I do not feel comfortable, and you cannot afford me on this channel.
Wow.
It's my friend Jasmine.
Wait a minute, hang on a second. I'm allowed to just say you can't afford me?
Yeah, I mean,
5 years,
guys. That's it. It's been a good start and finish to the show.
Deuces.
That's it. I'm just now in his house. I think I'm now trespassing. And then
I stood up. Now everybody sees that I wear pajamas as we do this.
5-year reveal. 5-year reveal.
I never wear pants for Coycast.
No, why would you?
Why?
I only do because I drive here.
Yeah.
Just in case I get pulled over, then I have to explain. What do I do? And then my fiance is here, who you guys have heard all about in this show. Usually about us watching stuff and her showing me different art. I don't know if she's gonna get up, but she's on the other side of the couch.
She said no.
Her name's Anya.
You cannot
she's
convince
lovely. You might hear her voice or disembodied voice.
Say hi.
I was gonna say only being a disembodied voice.
She's appeared verbally on Real Rejects and now Coycast, so this is what you get.
I also like that I have more autonomy than Jasmine.
That's true, apparently. Oh, shots fired. I was only trying to illustrate my room is full of people I love for the 5-year anniversary.
But
I didn't expect so much.
Option.
I didn't intend to.
Excuse you. I was just trying to make it very clear that they could not afford me.
Oh, that's why she
But I
appeared.
wanted to give them a sample of the work. Okay.
Shots fired.
Jake, get up again. We've already seen his pants once.
Yeah. that felt like a little bit insulting.
That's some entrapment.
That felt like a shot was fired.
This is what I live.
I don't like it when other people are here because I like being. It's just one-on. I like to team up on you.
Yeah,
you can't take it.
And I don't usually. I don't backfire. I'm just wanting to go here we are.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Duger13, by the way, in the Discord, who said that he'd like to hear the full story of how and when we met. How he came up with the idea for Coycast, who approached who, favorite memories through the years, etc., etc. People, have we done this in the show once before?
We've talked about it in passing in pieces, but never as one narrative.
I think I have a photo of the day that we met.
Was it the day we met or the day we re-met? Because you're thinking about WonderCon?
No.
Okay.
I think I have a photo of the day that we met. We met, and in order to show the photo, I might have to show our mutual friend Tybee. I'm sure she won't mind. She's a lovely person.
I think
we met at Tybee's birthday, our friend Tybee's birthday.
Yes.
At some club or bar, and then after the bar, we all went to Bob's Big Boys. And if I can pull this up, this will bring me so much joy.
We literally have.
I took a photo of you biting into a sausage.
Doesn't surprise me.
And the sausage hit your tooth in such a way that it looked like you were toothless.
Oh,
the sausage was going through your tooth. Do you remember this?
I do, actually. I know this exactly.
Let me see if I could pull it up. I'm very organized in my keeping of photos throughout the years.
I had a beautiful shaved head because at the time it didn't stand for being a Tesla owner, and I miss that era of shaved headedness, but it's not an option anymore.
Okay, hang on a second. Any idea what year that would have been?
A decade about
2016,
yeah,
2017,
2016, I'd say.
Let's go 2016.
I think it's on Facebook.
Yeah, but I deleted all of that.
Oh,
because of the Mark Zuckerberg of it all.
Yeah.
Sorry. The only reason I have Facebook anymore is for the marketplace because you can get really good stuff on the marketplace,
especially in this city.
Okay, let's see. Boom, found it. I know the day we met. The day we met.
That's crazy.
Was September 13th. Ooh,
it was 2 days before my birthday.
2 days before your birthday.
Yeah.
2016.
So we've known each other almost a decade.
Okay, this is the photo I'm talking about.
Yes.
Do you see how the photo? All right, I'm going to show this on the stream for everybody so that they could see it.
I look handsome.
You look. Okay, so that's our friend Type. But look at Coy's. Doesn't it look
single chomper?
Doesn't it look like he's missing a tooth completely?
Look at that Southern belle.
I don't even know how that's possible. Oh, I deleted it. I ruined it. Oh no, I ruined everything.
That's a preview.
Yeah, so that was how we met through mutual friends.
And then we re-met or became independent of mutual friends, I think at WonderCon.
Well, but before then was Rocky.
We saw each other a lot at Rocky, but it's still through Type.
Sure. And then the others, and that's also how I met a bunch of other folks from that group.
Maggie's a good friend separate of either of us
right.
that I feel like is a good anchor person for a lot of my friendships.
But we did also that thing that everybody in LA does where you're like, yeah, I'll add you on socials. And so it was like we knew each other.
We knew each other a lot separately.
Right. And then, we ran into each other at WonderCon. Was it 2019? I
want to say...
Because 2020, we would have already been... Because isn't it March?
Might have been 2018. It might have been a good
2 years prior.
Yeah, that feels more realistic than just like immediate. Because I wouldn't have immediately been like, I'm going to work with that Jake guy. Like that seems too short a time.
So what you're saying is I don't make great first impressions?
What I'm saying is I'm not going to spend the pandemic with someone I met 6 months ago.
That's a good point.
You were in my bubble.
That's a good point. Yeah, Alexandra and I were just talking about that because when I was telling her about the 5 year, even she was like, "Really?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, it's been 5 years." And she was like, "Did you guys do a show during the pandemic?" I was like, "It was the only thing we did."
That's what I mean. I wouldn't have been like, this guy I met 6 months ago is going to be in my person of 7 because remember we had to keep it down to 7 for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the safety.
You were our number. You were the only person we saw
because I test every time I'd come over to you because I was in your house.
Right.
But like I wouldn't have done that if I was like this guy from WonderCon last year. So I think it was 2018, and we ran into each other, and I remember you yelled across like a way, like that you heard my voice, and I thought that was funny.
Well, because you're really loud.
I'm very loud. Oh, and I'm at Comic-Cons a lot.
Right.
And then once Collider fell apart in January of 2020. So Collider was a network I worked at doing video forms of this, and we had a holiday party, and I remember I delayed my Christmas and to go to the holiday party to work, and then we found out via Twitter on January 2nd that Collider was not doing video anymore. So I was trending online, and that's how I found out I lost a job, which is to this day, what a moment. I didn't work at a network for 5 years until DC after that because it was so like I was incredulous.
Right.
And I remember you reached out, I think it was the second I found out, and then on the 6th, I think we talked.
Well, yeah. So my side of that was all I'm seeing online is everybody being like, "Oh man, this is a bummer. I like these people, and I wish I could hear them or see more of them."
Right.
And at that point, it should be known because we are, by the way, not just celebrating the 5 year anniversary of Coycast, but the 8 year anniversary of Dragon Wagon Radio.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was looking to bring in new people to Dragon Wagon.
Yeah.
I had this platform. I had already built my pop-up studio in the old apartment, and at that point, I had just taken on a wrestling show from John LaQuasto, which has now become Pro Wrestling Palskis. Used to be Wrestling Compadres.
And Quasto's killing me.
I had a couple of these other things that all came on, and I saw everybody online being like, "Oh, Coy, Jandra, I wish that you had a thing."
Yeah.
And I thought, all right, well, here's somebody who people want to hear from, who I don't have we never that kind of pop culture show on the network. And so that way I was like, well, let me see if Coy wants to come and do some shit. Because at that point too, I'm like, and I'm still this way to a detriment. It's like literally a problem that I have is that I'm so anti-capitalistic and so like anti-corporate. And I just like, I'm kind of like douchebag independent to a fault.
Sure.
That I'm just very much like, no, it doesn't matter. Just fucking do it. Meanwhile, people are like, yeah, but we need to get paid. I'm like, just do it.
Just do it for 5 years.
But so in any case, like the point that I'm trying to make was I was very much like, well, I could just help Coy just do it. Like he doesn't need to worry about a company. You don't need to be beholden to a website.
Because we wanted to both say what we wanted. And even before, when it was just me monologuing, it was very important that we had the independence and we didn't want, to have that. Especially because I was in like, how did this just happen at me mode?
Right.
And then throughout the first, I'd say 2 months, it became clear that it was going to be a you and I show.
Well, yeah.
I had to learn.
In fairness, I assumed you'd have guests.
So did I.
Presented. Oh, the pandemic.
Yeah, dude.
Right. No, I forgot.
I will not take the blame for that one. That was the world going, no thanks.
But even the first one, you still showed up with nobody, I think.
Well, I thought we were going to build out what it was going to be.
That's understandable.
And then but I think it was month 2, there were warnings. By month 3, we couldn't literally the show became, can this even exist?
Right. Yeah.
And then we survived 2 years of doing it in duress. And then you moved year 3.5. So
which place?
I think you moved to the west side.
Right.
And then a year later, at year 4.5, you moved across.
To the east
we
side.
did Zoom.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we've done it for 2 years in duress and then a year via Zoom. So 3 of our 5 years have been very hard.
It's absurd. Catherine Dawson Foy in the chat. Jake, how'd you come up with the Dragon Wagon name? I'll tell this as abridged as possible. I guess it isn't as complicated as I'm making it sound. Is when I was a kid, my uncle, who's like my godfather, who was like the primary, male role model in my life, had this green station wagon, and he had this little ceramic dragon on the dashboard, and he just called it the Dragon Wagon. And as a kid, that was like my absolute favorite thing. I thought it was like so fun. Eventually that car, it was like a 70s Buick. It was his old giant, way back kind of
wagon.
Car. Yeah. And then he ended up, our grandfather passed away. And that family inherited his like Plymouth Caravan work truck, like work van. And Uncle Paul dug out the little dragon, even though it was purple. He dug out the little dragon and he put it on the dash, and then that became a Dragon Wagon Mark II. And so flash forward, I don't know, 10 years. I'm out here in LA and I start seeing my brother's kids a bunch.
Yeah.
And I find myself owning a VW Passat station wagon. And I literally one day with an ex of mine we were just like at a garage sale in the neighborhood, and there was this little plastic green dragon. And I was like, oh shit. And it was like $1. And I bought this little plastic green dragon, put him in the dashboard of that VW. Yeah. And then when I would go visit my nieces, I would be like, yeah, come on, we'll go take the dragon wagon. And then they were just like, and so then it became a thing. And eventually that car is gone. I have the Jeep now.
Which has the dragon.
That dragon still sits in the Jeep. If you go to my Instagram, you could find, I'm sure, old pictures of it. But yeah, it stemmed from my godfather from when I was maybe 7 or 8 years old.
That's a very cute legacy.
So about
I knew some of
40 years old, about 30 plus years. It's that
of dragon
the
wagon.
Frame dragon, the phrase dragon wagon has been around.
I love that you've become like the legacy, like you're Tim Drake to Dick Grayson. Like you're the legacy Robin of the dragon. Like that is very cool. I like that a lot.
Hey, speaking of that, do you want to take a hotline call?
Let's do it. It feels like a good spot.
Well, based on what you just said, here's a hotline call from one of our favorites, and I'm pretty sure like day one regular Gilbert Short.
Oh yeah.
Hey Coy, hey Jake. This is Gilbert up in the Bay Area, and I just wanted to wish you a happy 5th anniversary on the podcast. And I do remember in the past you guys were talking about how you were born 5 years apart, or 5.5 years apart, and that was about the length of time Jason Todd was Robin before he was murdered. So I took that to mean that now that we're at the 5th anniversary, you have lived one Jason Todd, or as I like to say, you've survived the crowbar. So congratulations on surviving the crowbar.
Yes. And
here's to 5 more years or 50 more years. I hope you guys are going to do this till you're 90.
Oh, boy.
But yeah. And just as a quick aside, I wanted to recommend a manga series that people might want to check out if they're a little overwhelmed with everything going on right now.
Everything's fine. What do you mean?
I discovered a book called Sora and the House of Monsters. It's got 4 volumes out right now. I've just started the second. But it's just a series about a girl who goes on an adventure with 3 dwarves, and they build houses for monsters. And they build houses to suit their needs. And it's just very sweet. It's very low stakes. It's just them trying to help monsters. I'll leave everything else for everyone to read, but it's very good and just very sweet. And if you're a little stressed out, I recommend reading it. Anyway, you guys have a good week, and congratulations again. Bye.
Gilbert Short, thank you so much. I will say, if we are doing this when we're 90, something has gone horribly wrong.
Horribly wrong. I love the sentiment, but just like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine at 90.
Yeah.
Horribly wrong.
We should preface all of this celebration by saying, like, I mean, I got maybe 6 months left.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, we're not in the middle.
No, we're wrapping this shit up.
This isn't like a halfway point. This is certainly just...
What if halfway between the episode we went, by the way, this is the last episode.
Yeah, we thought you guys should know we're celebrating the end of Coycast today.
So mean to people.
No, we'll give you at least 2 weeks notice. But I really love Gilbert Short being such... I put his names together.
Can I tell you?
Holy crap, Gilbert's a great name. Gilbert Short.
He's already changed on Discord, I guarantee you. That dude changed his name on Discord so quickly.
I've never...
already Gilbert.
I've done ship names before, but I've never combined a first and last name, but it's perfect. Gilbert. I love that Gilbert Short has been here, I do think, since literally episode 1.
I think so.
And I love that he took the note that we gave forever ago of like, use the hotline to also suggest stuff. Because one of my favorite things that, we say, hey, read this, check out this, do this. I love that this has also become kind of a call out to comic book stores. Like when people call in, they're like, oh, my local shop, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Because I was thinking about it the other day. This is the only podcast I know of that gives local businesses to scale recs. Like we don't talk about much of anything big box. We literally are just like a small local thing. Even when I talk about vinyl places, I always try to plug where I got stuff. So anytime you guys call, I do want to add that for the next, 85 years of the show. Please also, if you've got a local comic shop or
Wait, hang on a second. You
we're 120.
If we're doing it till we're 90, we're not only 5 years old right now.
So speak for yourself. Also, I didn't realize until Gilbert pointed it out, I'm your age when we started this.
In 5 months, right?
Yeah,
aren't we five?
We're 5.5 because you're March.
Oh, wait. What's the math work? Does that mean 5 months ago you were my age? Or does that mean in 5 months you'll be my age?
5 years older than me, plus 5 months or less 5 months?
Plus, right? Because I'm March. I'm
36.
earlier in the year. I'm turning 42 next week.
So you're 5.5.
Yeah.
So in 6 months, I will be the age that we should do something that day. We should do a Jake Ep pod.
Do you want to know what I want to really do? Try to find a photo from the month we started.
We have to have that.
And see how much gray I have, so that we could see what your future is by the time we're at episode.
At this point,
or by the time we're
about
at
year 10.
Oh, because I will tell you this. Not that I'm upset about it, but this is all new. All of this, look at that. I mean, I can't really pick up on the camera. But
No, I
very gray.
My fiance makes it very clear when I don't shave that it is not. It doesn't grow in any fuller, just a lot grayer.
Right.
This is almost white.
Yeah, you and I have, like genetically grown white trash facial hair.
All we have option for.
We're both like
this
Joe
is
Dirt.
all we get. Yeah,
where it's like it just grows that way.
This is all I get.
Yeah.
And like when I try to grow this in, I don't have a dark enough hair to even have your fullness.
Yeah.
So it just looks like
That's
my
nice
flesh.
of you to say. But
I just get fleshy.
Yeah, no,
and nobody wants
Yeah,
that.
it's patchy.
But like when you're blonde and patchy.
See, I would argue though that you get away with it more because you're blonde and patchy. You don't notice that it doesn't. It just looks like your skin or fur.
But then that looks like what's wrong with your skin? Like it looks like I'm like shedding.
Listen, I know that they weren't a staple of your childhood like they were mine, but I always say that when I was watching Beavis and Butthead as a kid and they did that episode where they glued pubes to their face to have facial hair, I never knew that I was looking into my future because that's what it looks like for me.
When this gets too long, I'm definitely aware. I'm like, is that a ball sack on my chin?
Yeah.
But hey, what are you gonna do? Nature gave us this. Here we are. So I think we covered all of Duger's prompts, which I really enjoyed reading. The Discord is free, by the way. Anyone listening to Coycast, the Discord is absolutely free. The Patreon gets you all sorts of stuff. The Discord is always going to be free.
Want to listen to another sweet brief?
Yeah.
This is from another longtime part of the show and friend of the pod, Mass Llama of the legendary Fighting Federation.
Who's in the chat?
Who is in the chat?
Hey, Coy. Hey, producer Jake. This is Mass Llama of the legendary Fighting Federation. Just calling to say happy 5-year anniversary. Yep, honestly, that's about it. I couldn't come up with a single good question or game. So yeah, happy anniversary, y'all. And I'll keep on listening. Y'all keep on talking. Bye.
Maximum effort.
I love the sentiment.
Honestly,
I love the resolve. Like I've accepted this is all I'm going to give you.
This is very literally exactly what we do on the program, and you fit in perfect.
Yeah,
Mass
welcome.
Llama.
We appreciate
I also love that he didn't just not say anything. He said that he had nothing to say.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It resolved. At the top, he's like, I've accepted this is where I'm at with this.
Respect.
I love the hotline calls because this makes me feel like I'm an old school radio host, and I didn't realize until doing Coycast that was ever a goal, but it's so much fun.
Speaking of Gilbert Short, by the way, in the chat says 5 years ago, I still had brown hair. Yeah.
Feeling it. I do like surviving the crowbar, by the way. That's an excellent expression.
Surviving the crowbar. Surviving the crowbar or just crowbar?
I feel like a surviving crowbar sounds like a
it sounds like crowbar
thing.
is a person who's like very much like out to get you though.
True. I went like it sounds like an S&M position. Like surviving crowbar. I'm like, I wonder what that is.
That's fair.
It sounds like rectal.
Can I tell you, I don't think there is a city in America that there isn't an actual bar called Crowbar.
100%.
Or the Crowbar.
Yeah.
I know there was one where I lived in Florida. I know that there was one in New York by where that's got to be a bar in every single city.
If you weren't like a teetotaler, that'd be what we'd celebrate with. We'd go like, 5 years.
I survived the Crowbar. And
we'd
all I
go
got
out
was
and get drinks for 5 years at the Crowbar. But Jake would just get kava.
Sorry.
Actually, do you
TV? I got coffee. Look at my fancy mug.
Have you ever had a kava? Is that on your list?
I don't even know what a kava is.
Oh, it's like an herbal. It's like an herbal tea, but it gives you feelings of euphoria that mirror like 2 drinks worth of drinking. It kind of gives you.
Is it alcoholic?
No, it's no alcohol. It's an herbal tea.
But it's just like an effective.
It feels like
is it like made with like mushrooms or is it like?
It literally is.
Because here's the thing: is that it's not like I don't drink alcohol because I have some sort of like hard stance against alcohol use.
Yeah,
I don't drink alcohol because it's fucking disgusting. And
it's interesting that you never got a taste for it. It's a gift.
It's because it's because I didn't do it when I was young.
Right.
And by the time I was like, sure, I'll try a drink. I'll have a drink. My palate was already Larry Davided.
You'd already picked what you're going to like or not.
There was no change occurring.
Have your taste buds not changed in the last 10 years?
Not really, no.
Mine have
not
a
a ton. I still eat like an 8-year-old boy from the Midwest.
I'm jealous. My sense of heat has changed. Like I don't like spicy as much as I used to.
I think that maybe that's the only thing that changed. I think I'm starting to like spicy more as I get older.
Interesting.
But not like dumb spicy. Like I don't like anything that's unpleasant.
I like a little bit more than buffalo. Like buffalo and up, but not like super Thai. Like Thai food, I tell them white boy hot. Like I make it aware. Like let's be reasonable. But like my taste buds have changed a lot even in my booze. Like I drink differently than when I was 20. And when I was 14, I could drink like Smirnoff and it wouldn't hurt me. But now, good God.
Like I said, I think it was just one of those things that I just never started doing. And when people would hear, like especially in my early 20s when I had like friends who were bartenders, and I had this one friend who it was his mission to find an alcoholic beverage that I liked.
Oh, of course. Everybody's got that thing.
When I tell you, he was an incredible, I don't think we had the phrase mixologist back in, 2003 or 4, whenever this was, but like, I would go to the bar that he worked. I think we worked at actually it was like a restaurant, but they had a bar, but it wasn't like a big chain. It wasn't like a Bennigan's, but it might as well have been, and he'd be like, oh, okay, I called this one Manly Pebbles. It tastes just like Fruity Pebbles. And I would be like, all right, so let me try it. And without fail, I'm like, oh, it does taste like that thing you say with alcohol in it, which ruins it.
There's just taste the alcohol too much.
There's nothing you can put in alcohol that removes the flavor of alcohol. You can only put stuff in alcohol that makes alcohol taste better.
But you don't like the alcohol enough to tolerate.
There's no alcoholic beverage I've ever had where I went, man, this would be great without the alcohol in it.
It's so interesting because I maybe it's like a cilantro thing where you taste the soap, like
right?
maybe like your alcohol.
I'm a non-soapy guy.
Oh, see, me too. But I wonder if your like alcohol taste is stronger for you.
Maybe.
But yeah, always curious. It's a good reason to not start.
Anyways, I don't even know how we got on this.
They're talking about the crowbar. We want to take another hotline call?
Yes, but before that, I was going to say really quickly, just to remind the folks, Gilbert Short is our current unpunchable gift horse of the month for the month of February. As this is the first episode of March, we will be crowning our March unpunchable gift horse of the month today. Gil, I may have forgotten to send you your
welcome email.
Your winning email. It's been a hell of a month, bud.
Yeah.
We hang out. We'll get all that caught up. And man, if there's anything that we should definitely do in the next 5 years is catch up on our watch list.
It might take 5 years. It is. I'm traveling for 2 weeks this month.
I like that people still give us the titles. Like, I guarantee you next week when you watch this, and I'm like, I promise we're trying.
It will happen.
I promise we're trying.
But it's been like this whole year.
Let me say something though. I've been on a really big output kick recently.
I live that
in a good way.
Yeah.
Where like I haven't been watching or reading a ton,
mm-hmm.
and I'm really trying to focus on what I am watching and reading, and only kind of making it things that are either true, like this is bringing me a ton of joy right now because I need it.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching this because it is aligned with something I'm trying to do in my life right now.
Right.
So I'm also there's just not a lot of input, which is going to make this really hard to catch up.
I agree. And I've been so busy and I've been outputting, like, I always output a lot, but I'm also like in life doing things. So like,
it's a bonus.
It's a volume issue.
It's a bonus.
Yes.
It's just a bonus. Kyle Curtis in the chat. I agree with Jake. Alcohol is gross. Yes, I got one. There's 2 of us.
Yes.
2 of us in the world.
No, I mean, I wish I didn't enjoy the feeling as, like, I don't dislike the taste enough that the feeling isn't worth it, and I'm very jealous.
Do you know who's a teetotaler that I did not know about until like last year, and it really makes me angry? Fucking the Cheeto in chief. I didn't know that he was a teetotaler.
Oh.
And I was like, it makes me want to become
You're in a club with him.
It makes me want to be an alcoholic.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Also, how do you get that shape without booze? Jesus Christ.
Alrighty. Let's see. Let's go to Lewis from Texas.
Gentlemen, this is Lewis from Houston, aka AOPW_figures on Instagram. First, I want to start off by saying I'm glad to hear that you guys were safe from all those that terrible incident in California earlier this year. Really am grateful to hear that you guys are safe, first and foremost. But besides that, congratulations on the 5 years. Truly a remarkable achievement. You guys have become such a regular staple in my routine, so I know for sure you guys are in many other people's routines. I hope you know how much you're appreciated and how much you're sorely needed. Your content, as provided such great joy. And I love you guys. So thank you for all your hard work, and I hope we get much, much more of it. So I don't have a game per se, but I do have a little special request for the 5-year. I would love to hear your take, perhaps a fan cast or maybe even a Koi cast of potential actors that could portray the new Justice League in the James Gunniverse of things. We already know what the Superman is going to be and Hawkgirl and that Lantern. But I'd love to hear your take on who you'd like to see as the Batman there, the Wonder Woman, the Flash, which incarnation of the Flash. And if you have enough time, maybe even who you would like to see as the Joker for that universe, which seems more of a comic-friendly universe. I'd love to hear what you guys think of that. But again, love you guys. Keep up the great work. And just stay sweaty. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
What a big casting.
But also, like, how apropos for our 5th anniversary that somebody asked us to fan cast a comic book adaptation.
Yes.
This is in perfect Coycast historical accuracy. My answer is always the same: people I have never heard of.
And mine's always actors I love and admire.
But he did say, like, oh, what if we got a new Joker? What if we got the new Bat in the, and all that? And I have one name for Joker that I have only recently started spinning my wheels for. Walton Goggins.
I mean, hold on. I have a cameo appearance right here. Excuse me.
Wait, what's happening? Are
hold
we
on.
getting?
Yeah.
No, Jake needs to know.
Okay.
Can't ramboozle him.
What's happening? All right, Anya has the microphone for those who can't see.
What do you want me to say about your favorite
so
person?
I literally love Walton Goggins so much that I don't watch White Lotus. I have not much interest.
Okay.
But we were flipping through and she's like, oh, there's this show White Lotus everyone loves. I'm like, yeah, I've heard of it. I just have no interest. And she's flipping and she's like, oh, who are all these people? Who's Walton Goggins? And I come in from the other room and I go, Walton Goggins is in White Lotus? We immediately watch it. And she's like, who is this man? And I then convince her to watch a HGTV show of Walton Goggins' house, and now her entire
it's
feed.
called Architectural Digest.
Oh, we know Architectural Digest.
So we were going through all of the episodes and trying to find episodes that felt like our aesthetic.
Which is Walton Goggins. But now her entire feed is Walton Goggins because one, we searched it, but two, there's definitely voice recognition. And I talk about Walton Goggins all the time. Right. So now her YouTube feed is just Walton Goggins and welcome to the party.
I'm so happy for you. I am one could only ask for such greatness.
But his name reminds me of David Schmuffernarf, that doesn't exist.
Crazy Stupid Love? David Lindhagen?
Yes.
The Kevin Bacon character.
It's replaced that name for me.
Yeah, whenever we have a fake name, it's actually the real name that is Walton Goggins.
All right.
But I've loved Walton Goggins for 20 years. So I love that now the world and regular people know the power of the Goggins.
I mean, come on.
That's great. I've only got one name too.
And by the way, can I tell you, unpopular opinion, I want him to have his
hairline.
Well, that too, but also I want him to have his Gemstones Baby Billy Southern accent.
Oh, 100%. And he's got such an awesome sleeper build. He'd be actually intimidating against
100%.
That dude is shredded. He's so sexy in a very weird way.
Yeah. No, I think he's the only name that I would come up to.
Taking notes and I have no idea what that relates to, but I just said Walton Goggins sexy and I stand by it.
Great. Great.
I have one name. I agree with Walton Goggins.
Yes.
That'll be my second name. One name, Joseph Gilgan.
I need to Google.
You're going to see him.
I got to Google Gilgan. Goggins and Gilgan?
Goggins and Gilgan up for Joker. They have a 3 Joker comic. Goggins and Gilgan. As soon as you see Joseph Gilgan, you're going to know exactly who he is.
Joseph, Gigl.
Gilgun.
Alrighty.
Come on now.
Okay, this is literally the guy that
watched the show.
Well, no. I've been taught. I'm shitty with names, but this guy was my favorite character from the show Misfits. I've talked about on the show ad nauseum, and also now he plays Cassidy on Preacher,
and he is Joker.
He's really good too, but
he looks like the comic.
Can I tell you? I think
the limbs.
He is too likable to be Joker.
I think Joker should be a little likable because you should wonder why you're not afraid of him every moment.
Okay, and of course, this is a matter of we're deciding on what a character that isn't a real person should or shouldn't be.
We are now writers writing the.
We are now those people on the internet. I just realized.
Is this a couple of white guys talking about comics? The show.
Glasses up. But I don't know. I would almost rather see him. I don't know. I'd almost rather see him in a more heroic role.
Oh, I want him as Carnage or Joker.
Say that to
heroic role. Ooh, it is hard after 2.
No,
so
that's good though.
He's my
good,
name.
though.
He's my.
He's a little young, but maybe not in 5 years, 10 years time.
I mean, I think he's like almost 40.
I'm gonna fucking smack you.
I'm sorry if that's
that's exactly. I'm too young to play Joker. Okay,
if Batman's in his 40s, and why is Joker not in his 40s?
I'm just a baby.
A 40-year-old.
I could pay you in blocks.
If Bruce Wayne has got a 13-year-old child, he's probably in his 40s, and Joseph Gilgun also in his 40s tracks. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Gilbert Short, Walton Goggins made being a ghoul sexy because he was a ghoul in Fallout. Also, Duger 13, Andrew Scott.
I like
as
Andrew
Joker.
Scott.
That's a good
solid.
One.
Also, for my Batman, I'm gonna do a bold swing here because a lot of people would never have pulled this. I think because of his association, Sebastian Stan. As the goddamn Batman.
Yeah, I mean, he would be great. He's got the voice. He's got the face.
And he's got that like rich old money energy, but also he's like got an underscore of scary.
Sure.
Like he seems broken, but kind.
You know, can I put out a Batman that might be really left field? We just watched him lead. He'd have to get big, but that's what they all do, right? I'm gonna look up the name because I don't know his name. I just know the movie. Stand by. Humor me. Oh my God. Never mind.
Oh, all right.
Never mind.
Did they get in trouble?
No.
All right. Did they just get cast as somebody?
It's literally Andrew Scott, who Duger just said I was going to pitch him as Batman. I was like, all of us strangers.
You were agreeing with the Andrew Scott. You're like, that
because
sounds
that's
good.
not who I was thinking it was.
That's so funny. I love Andrew Scott.
I think in my brain I might have went
be
to
a good
Adam.
Batman.
I might have went to Adam Scott when he said Andrew Scott.
I have
Joker.
a hot take.
Yeah.
All of the best Batman could also make great Jokers.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
not every good Joker
could make a good Batman.
Although Walter Goggins is Batman.
Dude, it'd be so good. But like, think about all the best Jokers and all the best Batman.
Come on now.
Like,
come on, baby Billy, come over here.
I maintain Robert Pattinson, great Joker. Michael Keaton, great Joker. Christian Bale, incredible Joker. I think all the best Batman can also be Jokers, and I think that's a trick in casting.
I can respect that.
And I think one of the only reasons I didn't love Val Kilmer wouldn't have been a good Joker. But yeah, I think, okay, who else do we have? Adria Arjona as Wonder Woman.
Sure. I'll take it.
Maybe Isaac Gonzalez as Wonder Woman.
Isaac Gonzalez. See, you know these names of these new
interview
youthful
people.
actors.
I talk to them in work.
Yeah, no, they're just puppets. They're just meat puppets
They're just
for my
flesh
entertainment.
for watching.
Okay, yeah, she's too much like Gal Gadot.
Well, that's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, which didn't work.
I'm sorry, there's a type that you cast like for the comic.
It didn't work.
And then let's see who else. Big Barda, from Ted Lasso.
Oh, we talked about this. We had this conversation when we cast.
But I'm trying to think of
movie.
DC here. I'm trying to.
All right. Well, what about Martian Manhunter?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I like it.
Presence, voice,
Dave Bautista.
Hugo Strange, Dave Bautista.
All right, respect.
Because he's skinny now, I want him to get to stay skinny.
Respect.
I feel like he's happy.
By the way, thanks for this call. That was fun. I hope we achieved your.
Did we?
task.
Wait. We should a Flash because that's key.
Oh,
for
a
Justice
Flash.
League. Like, let's be fair here.
What's his face is already playing, Superman's best friend.
Skylar Jacinto.
He was the first guy that came to my mind.
Yeah, it's solid. I like that.
I don't know. I feel like that's a role that's like you always grab like the quippy up and comer.
Who's that now?
I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be somebody just like young and quippy, and unless we go back. Wait, I was confused. Barry and Wade, which is the one.
Wally is the young.
Yes.
Barry's older.
Yeah. By the way, I said Barry and Wade.
He did.
Wade. Yeah.
Wilson, Ryan Reynolds.
But I did that thing where it's first and then.
Oh yeah.
Instead of the same one twice.
You Gilberted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
What's his name from that cute rom-com show? Nobody Wants This. Handsome Kristen Bellenstein. What's his name?
You're talking about Schwartz, Ben Schwartz?
No,
he would be good.
He would be good. I like that. That's not bad.
He's already played a fast guy.
Yeah,
boom, done. Let's not even look it up.
What is his name? Adam Brody. Adam Brody as Barry Allen.
All right, there we go. Adrian Brody as Batman.
Yes,
okay.
Done. Not Aquaman.
You know how hard that cowl would be with the crooked nose on Adrian Brody. Anyways,
and for fun Smallville casting, what's his name from that the Amazon show? Adam What's the big guy?
I know we did a great job.
Amazon show. The big guy.
Jack Reacher
as Aquaman, because he was Aquaman in the Smallville show, and now he's grown into it.
Right. Now he looks like he could be that guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of some of the names that we've just mentioned, did you watch the Oscars last night?
I did, in fact.
I watched the Oscars
then Daredevil.
I watched the Oscars for the first time in 12 years.
Because your boy and then, my boy hosted it.
And then I remembered immediately why I don't watch the Oscars.
Oh, I love the Oscars.
Oh, God. Just get on with it already.
I thought it was fast paced. I enjoyed it.
It had fun moments, but most of it was me going like, okay.
What's like SNL? You watch clips. I don't watch full SNL mostly.
Also, that musical that kept winning awards kept reminding me of like, oh yeah, that's right. None of this matters. None of this makes sense.
I mean, the fact that Dune didn't get much is a travesty.
I mean, no, it's not. Because there's a billion great movies in there, and you can't compare the two arts against an art of, and like the entire time I was thinking about, I was playing like if I was president, you do that where it's like, if I was in charge of the Academy, first off, you can't have a sound design award and put musicals and not musicals in the same category, because the sound designer of a musical is not the same job as sound. And I also feel like there needs to be genre categories.
There's no stunt category.
That too. But what I'm getting at is like the categories that do exist, we need to separate them even more, because
that's a longer show.
100%, which is why the show shouldn't exist in the first place.
I see.
But like to have like a makeup award.
Some people only watch Oscar movies.
But it's like, a makeup award, like, the makeup for substance versus like the makeup for just like,
Conclave.
It was exactly. But you have the point I'm trying to make. Where it's like, these aren't the same. Like Noah Baumbach's makeup person's never going to even be in the running.
It's literally apples and oranges, because you're painting some people orange.
What are we doing?
Some people only watch movies that get the accolade. Like I think the Oscars is good brand awareness. Like I think it's important for the kind of films that like most TikTokers are never going to see an Oscar film unless it gets nominated. Like the average stupid I made my money dancing and now I'm somehow relevant person is never going to watch a film that's polysyllabic unless it's nominated.
Sure.
So I think it's important for the dumbing down of America to like maintain.
I do not disagree. And Alexandra and I were talking about specifically the documentary category, with the exception of the movie about the art of war. No. Oh, do you know what I'm talking about? Where the guy creates art out of like military and weaponry.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
So with the exception of that movie, which now, of course, I'm proving my own point right now. I'm proving my own point because I can't remember the name of that. Is I do feel like there was a time pre-streaming where every year you knew the big 2 or 3 documentaries.
Yeah, it's gone.
And it was because they had large theatrical releases and people talked about them. Now I think because of streaming, the movies in general are flooded, but the documentary market is even more flooded because it's even easier to make a documentary now, because documentaries used to be very expensive because of how expensive film used to be. But and that's the thing where you
do
need
it on
time.
this now.
Exactly. And so I feel like there's certain categories and there's certain parts of the world where like the Oscars are really good, because it's like I didn't hear about most of these things. And I will always say that that's good for business, but as long as people understand, ultimately at the end of the day, it's just a business. It's just a very long sales pitch.
It's 10 movies getting big notice, 5 movies per category getting some notice,
Sure.
And at the end of the day, it's a board meeting. Like
exactly.
it's just
100%.
a business meeting, but with people you recognize. But I'm okay with that, because then art does get noticed on a big scale. I just think you have to know what it is.
Gilbert short in the chat, I think nominees for the best picture should be unknown until the night. The winner of each category then goes on to be nominated for Best Picture, like a mini tournament. I respect that. But you know what else? This is another thing I said to Alexandra. We need to get rid of Director and Best Picture. Same fucking award. How do you win Best Picture and
Disagree.
Then Director? If the guy did his job well enough, he or she, I'm not trying to be gender neutral. Don't come at me, bros.
There are pieces of a movie that make up the picture beyond the director.
Yes, exactly. But the director is the captain of the ship. And if the director succeeded at their job to a point where the picture that they made wins Best Picture, how does that person not also win Best Director?
Because there are elements of movie that outweigh other elements. To me, like if an ensemble acting cast and production design is strong enough to win Best Picture, but the directing is just fine, that can happen. And
No,
a movie,
it can't.
And a movie can have incredible directing and not be better than other movies.
If it's good enough to be the Best Picture of the year, it can't be badly directed.
There's 100 ingredients. Director is a big one.
Are you fucking telling me, bitch? I know how many ingredients there are.
I know you direct movies, but I don't think you equal the entire experience. As a director, I think you're coming from a place of directing. I'm coming from a place of consuming.
Yeah, but I don't think a consumer knows what good or bad direction looks like.
I don't disagree with that.
Especially because if directing movie is really good, you don't fucking notice the director.
But the Academy hopefully has more nuance than the average consumer, and that's the one voting.
The Academy is bought and sold, baby. It's all conspiracy. You got to follow the money. They're turning the frogs gay.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I will not disagree with that. But at the same time, I think giving a director a moment to shine and highlighting directors is important in the same ways the rest of what we're saying
That's
is.
fair. I understand. I will give you that.
Okay. And all this is raising awareness. So I would never take away a category like director.
That's sure.
You're not going to know a director's name if we don't give them those moments if you're just a regular consumer.
That's why they should be the same category. It should be.
Then the 10 movies don't get love. Either way, you're getting rid of a huge awareness palette. I digress. Next call.
I still stand by my opinions.
And I stand by respecting them but disagreeing.
And what do they teach the academy? No one ever talks about that.
I don't know what the academy is.
How do I take classes
what
at the
is
academy?
Being educated?
I want to
is
go
it
to
like
this.
Hogwarts.
I want to go to this academy.
For movies? Like where it's magical movie stuff and you get all the political intrigue.
How do you feel about what's his face playing Dumbledore?
I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think Lithgow, I know as Third Rock from the Sun, but everyone even like a year younger than me knows him as the Trinity Killer, and I love that he's going to come back and be wholesome.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's like not even the top 10 things I would say for him.
My fiance literally is scared of him.
Right.
And I think of Ms. Warm and Fuzzy.
Have you not seen Harry and the Hendersons? I mean, you keep shoving a mic in her face like you're forcing her to. No, she just says no.
But when I say John Lithgow, you're always like the scary guy from Dexter.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
This man was murdering young people when he was old.
But he also set Harry free.
He also
loved Harry.
Was an alien that raised Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Come on.
To me, it's similar. Like my visceral reaction to this actor who shall not be named.
He's been named
because he's demonic.
Oh, another one, a new one. Okay,
Voldemort.
No. It's very similar to people's visceral reaction to Hannibal, and him taking on new roles, not playing that.
You see
character.
Lithgow as Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
So that's
and Jeff Bridges.
What, the dude?
Oh my god! Yes.
This is what I'm talking about. How crazy is it?
No, this is strange.
From The Vanishing?
That is not what I would pull.
I've never even seen
Bridges
I watched it as a kid, and it scared me.
And I will say, there's some things that when you watch as a kid, that's the thing that sticks you the most because you watch it a million times.
And that's why Lithgow's funny to me.
Yeah. That's why he's.
That's why he's.
Yours is Harry and the
Mr.
Hendersons.
Henderson.
Mine is the dad from Third Rock. But I'm happy because, hopefully, my poor fiance will learn how lovely Lithgow is. But like everyone of a certain age,
he's got very nice rosy cheeks. I will give him that.
He is a delight. But like, I think Dumbledore gives him a chance to go to that. He's talked about how it's the last chapter of his career,
right?
Because he's going to be playing it until he's 87,
right?
I think it's really beautiful. He gets to end as warm and fuzzy as I see him as, not people think of him as the Trinity Killer.
100%, and I respect it, and I like it. I think it's great casting. I actually like that it's an American.
Yeah.
Mix
it up.
It's unique. It's fun,
and it's not James Bond. Like it's there is.
I do. You know,
they took all our superheroes. We're going to take Dumbledore.
I do hope they figure out a way to rip that from the clenches of House Cuntlepuff.
I did go see the play.
The
Cursed Child.
Cursed Child?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's doing their Broadway shows in LA now.
Pantages?
Yeah, the Pantages. And I got invited by press, so I didn't give her any of my money.
Was it magical?
Dude, it was so cool.
Oh,
it was also, it felt really good to support it for the actors, but also not give money to JK. It was the perfect mix of sometimes press is nice. But it was probably the best magic show I've ever seen on stage that happened to be a Harry Potter play.
See, that's why I'm most interested in it to see awesome. The production.
It's like one of the best productions I've ever seen outside of Cirque. They did stuff on stage that I was like 8 rows back, and I was like,
how the hell did they do that?
And there's a recurring bit of time travel magic that I knew how they did it the third time or second or third time, but every time I was like, they're gonna do it, and like it's such a good gag that I was like, bring it back.
It's one of those things where they're also like, well, we spent money on developing
and it's
this.
dope. Let's play it back.
Yeah,
this is a cool gag.
We made a sandworm costume.
Perhaps we showed the sandworm.
Yeah.
And like, it's such a cool timey-wimey way to have nostalgia and a new story. Like, I didn't read the book on purpose because I wanted to see it first.
Right.
Because I read all the books before the movies because I was the age to actually have them in the right order.
Yeah,
but I didn't get to do that with the Cursed Child, so I was like, I'll hold off. And now that I've seen it, I'll read the books. I've had the book for like 5 years. But I was so impressed. It was really cool.
Well, that's cool. I look forward to one day hopefully seeing that. Okay, let's do another call. Let's go to Catherine all the way from over the pond.
We stole her Dumbledore.
Hi, Coin Producer Jake. It's Catherine from Manchester in the UK. Happy 5th anniversary to Coycast. Some of my favourite moments are the games that people, including myself, have put you guys to test, as well as the Discord community, as this podcast feels like a community, and I can only speak for myself, but this community has helped me through bleaker times. So for those listeners who haven't already, please sign up to the Discord. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs on there. A favourite moment of mine, though, has been the Twilight Saga era that a bunch of episodes covered, including Jake watching them all and Mama Jandro being interviewed about it. And speaking of Jake only watching reality TV at the moment, the reason I'm mentioning this particular moment is because new news has been published recently as hints of a new book based on the Jake and Renesmee relationship author was writing that she mentioned 5 years ago.
Really?
Taylor Lautner has been gearing up for it because he has a new TV show on Amazon. Now, I've sent you the link, Jake. It's in the email. You might want to bring it up. Taylor Lautner is becoming a werewolf hunter. It's been made by Amazon and MGM Studios. If you read more of the news article, it gets more and more hilarious as it goes on. I am more than likely going to be in the chat, so I can discuss it further with you guys. Much love to you both. Cheers.
I love real-time chat, real-time hotline calls. I feel so like this is so cool.
Okay, so wait, I don't know that I followed. So
he's playing himself in a fictionalized narrative as a werewolf hunter.
He's playing Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, Taylor Lautner as Taylor Lautner werewolf hunter.
Here, I did actually pull this up.
Oh no, you have to read this journey.
She so kindly was like, I sent you the article.
You know, he's also married to Taylor Lautner.
What?
He married someone named Taylor, and so there's two Taylor Lautners. It gets deeper as you go.
Werewolf. So it's called Taylor Lautner, Werewolf Hunter. But what was she saying about a new book about his character? Like, is Twilight? Is there going to be a Twilight Elseworld?
Maybe based off this. I don't know.
Oh, okay. They're not connected though.
I assume. Well, I mean, he's playing a werewolf hunter. Ironically,
I know. I'm just very confused.
I mean, she's in the chat, so by the time it catches up, hopefully she can fill us in.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm immediately in on whatever this is because it's brought to you by the same people, Tornate, who did BoJack Horseman, one of my favorite shows of all time.
I love the meta-ness that all of this implies.
After wrapping the final Twilight, so this is the log line for the series. After wrapping the final Twilight film, Taylor Lautner vanished from the spotlight. Fans speculated, tabloids theorized, but the truth is wilder than fiction. Taylor wasn't just taking a mental health break. He was preparing for his real calling. Taylor Lautner, werewolf hunter. Playing himself, Taylor's drawn into a secret society of werewolf trackers who need his unique expertise as he navigates his double life. Hollywood actor by day, supernatural warrior by night. Taylor must wrestle with the ultimate irony, fighting the very creatures that made him famous. Between saving the world, reviving his career, and falling in love, he faces the ultimate question: what happens when your biggest role becomes your greatest enemy?
That's so good.
Honestly, I have a lot of respect for it.
Because he's been gone for so long. What a comeback.
Yeah, that's from Variety, by the way. That's really fun. I like that a lot.
All about it. So yeah, I love the call. I appreciate. I had forgotten about our Twilight Saga era. It was a long era.
How could you?
Not completely. I just forgot it was a saga. Like I forgot it ran as long. Like I know my mom was on. I know you watched them all, but I forgot it was like a while.
I don't know whether people have noticed this or not, but if you watch this live stream, we have a lovely opening video that starts their show, and it's rapid fire things of pop culture, and Twilight is in there, but not just any Twilight. Have you noticed the image that's in the opening?
I can't remember the top of my head.
It's the image in which I photoshopped your mom into the cast of Twilight.
My mom's in the opening credits,
but it happens really quickly that I don't know.
I never called it.
Yeah, she's like tucked away on the right side.
Mom, if you're listening, you're in the opening intro. Catherine responded. Stephanie Meyer is writing the next book as a sequel of Twilight, being Jake and Renesmee's grown up. I did not know we were getting more Twilight canonically.
Why?
I liked the Edward book.
No, I know why. $1 billion.
Oh, wait. Jasmine's here. Hold on. Jasmine's flying in. She's willing to be on camera.
We've got to run in.
Well, because we started talking about books.
Oh, now she's in. She's a book junkie.
Oh, I'm such a book junkie. Not only that, but it's going to be there in high school. And so it's them. And again,
wait, they are in high school?
All of them are in high school. Mom, dad, Jacob, because
and
they're like
stay
stuck.
The same age.
Exactly. So it's all of them navigating in a new town in high school and now all navigating together because he doesn't have to grow up.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hang on a second.
They're all pickled.
Does Renesmee grow up?
She stops.
Rapidly.
So she hits like 18
they peak.
and then she peaks. Yeah.
Oh, so kind of like me.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to look your age. And
100%. So it's going to be them all navigating life. And of course she's like alive-ish, but not, she's not like dead because she's like, she's half alive, half not. But it's them all navigating high school and Jacob and Bella navigating Jacob being her best friend, but
Okay.
also in love with her daughter while dealing with the issues of high school. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
I understand.
I'll read it. I'm there day one. I love those books. I'm there day one. I'm
can I
in
tell
line
you,
at Barnes & Noble
but
right
can
now.
I tell you, I would be more interested if it wasn't written by Stephanie Meyer.
Oh, I want.
If another person took it on and was like, I'm going to take all the lore that we've gotten so far and maybe make it a little bit more tongue in cheek.
Oh, I like her smutty writing. I like that she writes like a fanfic. I liked the Edward book quite a bit. Midnight Sun, I think it is. I read it like 5 years ago. Very happy.
Yeah, but you're not that bright.
That's fair. That's fair. As my nature, I am shiny objects.
Okay, Zealots. So this 5-year live stream extravaganza ended up going for 2 hours. So we are just going to split it into 2 episodes. So we hope you enjoyed part 1. Part 2 of the 5-year anniversary
A mere 2 weeks away.
will be our next episode. So listen, I don't know exactly where we cut it at time of recording, but
You
let's
know
hope
more
it-
than us at this point.
Let's hope it was mid-sentence.
Yeah, I think for the best of everyone is to like have a cliffhanger.
Find out what happens next time.
What's a podcast cliffhanger? Is this a first? Are we inventing a thing? Let's find out next week.
So with that said, that'll do it for this week's program. You know the drill. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Coycast. Check out the shop. Lots of good stuff over there at Coycast.com, your one-stop shop. There you can find links to the socials. You can find links to the Discord, which is completely free and separate from the Patreon. All of the stuff is there over at Coycast.com. We're in the middle of our 5-year anniversary.
We are. Again, we thought it was worth 2 episodes because I'm really loving this episode. And you can also join in the next 5 years by calling 818-794-0722. You guys are the co-hosts of this show, have always been, will forever be. So whether it's the 5-year or the 6-year, the 10-year, call in 818-794-0722. I've been really loving this hotline-centric episode. So love hearing from you lovelies. We'll be back in 2 weeks and on to the next 5 years after that. Thank you for the 5 years we've had so far. Thank you for listening to this episode so far. And thank you to comic books and to you lovelies for existing. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thanks for listening to Dragon Wagon Radio. If you're enjoying this show, check out DragonWagonShop.com and get yourself some sweet merch while supporting your favorite indie podcast network. That's DragonWagonShop.com.
Dragon Wagon.